Hey everyone. So I wanted to go over uh what is a smoke pencil or a smoke pen. And no, it's not the one that you smoke, vape with. I don't do any of that stuff. Okay? I'll tell you what though. This is called a smoke pen, alright? A lot of home inspectors use these to check for air leaks. Especially in like new construction homes and stuff. And pretty much anywhere you need to find air leaks and stuff, this is a good tool to use. You would normally use a blower door, which is the fan that would sit in the doorway, and they would cover up like it, as much as that front door as they could or wherever, and they would seal the house up, put the house under positive or negative pressure, and do an air leak test that way with that. Or there's other methods of doing it too, but I kind of want to talk about how these things kind of work and operate. So this pen, all right, as you can see here, this has a wick, okay, and it literally works like a mechanical pencil. If you push out more wick, it's gonna come out. Let's see. I'm gonna try to see if I can make it fall out, which I'm not. All right. This is by Regan Bajornax. That's not for a homeowner to do. This would be like home inspectors and stuff. I like to use it to make sure that all the exhaust gases from, furnaces and water heaters and stuff, to make sure that the exhaust gases are actually getting pulled up, out of the home and not being blown back into the living space. So the way this works is you have a wick. You could tell it was used, okay? And you could take a match or a lighter and you light this wick on fire. And I'll demonstrate it for you. You light this wick on fire and you let it burn for a few seconds. I usually let the top of the wick burn till I get like a cherry red, and I'll blow it out, and it will leave a very a decent amount of smoke. And it's non-toxic. It don't make a mess. It doesn't hurt no one. Okay, this is one of the safer methods. I've seen people that when they're testing draft on a water heater to make sure, that the exhaust gases are getting pulled up in everything. I've seen people where they like a piece of paper on fire, and they'll blow it out and they'll give the smoke. This is the safest way to do it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and light this thing off. Normally we would cover smoke detectors and stuff when we use something like this, but I'm literally sitting in my garage, so sorry about that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your lighter, and you're going to light that on fire, and sometimes it takes a second. Yeah, see, sometimes it takes a minute until I start seeing that. Okay, and there's your fire. Are you gonna let that? I will sit here and let it burn for a little while. Like I said, I'll usually take it until I get like a cherry on top of the wick. You see how that fire is on the wick? That's gonna heat up the wick, and when I blow this fire out, it's gonna give off a pretty nice white trace of smoke, like that. Okay. And if the smoke is getting sucked in, or you see how it's going, vertical, if it changes directions from what it's in, if it goes another direction, you have a leak somewhere. Whether you're doing duct work, whether you're doing, whatever. And if this was the flue pipe for a water heater, what would happen is the flue gases should be, or the flue gas, listen to me talk. The smoke right here, as you see, it should be getting pulled up into the flue pipe and not blowing back out. If it is blowing back out, then you have a drafting issue. But if it's pushing in and going up into the flue pipe, then you're okay. Alright? Now, I lost the cap for this. There's a cap that goes over this wick, okay, when you're done with the smoke pen. And when you put that cap over the wick, it'll kind of smother the piece that's glowing right there, which is the hot part. And it'll put it out. But I usually will put this thing out like a cigarette lighter. I don't know what I did with the cap for it. That's always my fault. I'm always losing something. But yeah, guys. That's how you light one of these things off, and that's kind of very basics on how one of these things work. And it's not even smoking up the place. I mean, it literally gives like a very gentle trace of smoke. Okay? Alright, guys, I hope you somewhat enjoyed this, and have a great night.